Woman suddenly noticed a gun-wielding thug heading toward her house. The woman immediately rushed forward to shut the door and quickly activated her home security system, then quickly grabbed the phone and called the police. Panic told the police about the current situation, but helplessly the woman's house was too remote. The police would need at least an hour to arrive. After hearing this, the woman immediately became anxious. With no other choice, she could only call the expert in charge of her home security system. Also, she woke up her sleeping son at the same time. But just as the mother and son were about to find a place to hide, the thug suddenly blew the door open. At the last second before the thug entered, the mother and son had already hidden in the kitchen, then under the command of the security personnel. As they checked the surveillance, the mother and son successfully arrived at the first floor. Meanwhile, the rain outside was pouring harder and harder. The police who were on their way were unexpectedly trapped on the bridge. With no other choice, the police had to let the security expert by some time. After understanding the situation, the woman hurriedly told her son to hide in the storage room. She herself hid inside a nearby cabinet. At this moment, all three thugs had entered the house, but since the villa was too big, they had no choice but to split up. Holding detection devices, they searched relentlessly, as if they were looking for something important. Soon the criminals arrived at the basement, where the mother and son were hiding. Upon hearing the constant alarm from the device, the thug immediately grabbed a hammer and violently smashed it into the wall. However, he found that inside was just the building's load-bearing structure. Then the thug left in disappointment, and the mother and son narrowly escaped disaster. At this moment, the son suggested they could escape by car through the garage, since the sound of the heavy rain outside was so loud. As long as the security expert helped them avoid the thugs, they were sure to escape. So the woman quickly called the security expert again. Fortunately, at that moment, the thugs had found the safety. They had no time to search for the mother and son, because this was their real objective. The thugs immediately pulled out their equipment and started trying to crack the safe's code. Meanwhile, the mother and son had already made it to the garage. But just as they were about to start the car, one of the thugs heard the noise and headed straight for the garage to check. Want to know what happens next? Follow me. I'll tell you the rest of the story very soon.